Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Race the Sun. We've got a brand new seed once again. Looks like there's some interesting stuff for us to check out already in World 1. We're going to head once again straight down the middle and see what we can find. And also, try and pay attention to what we're missing. Try and plan out what are we going to do this week. And I haven't taken a look at what our objectives are yet. When you start up this game, it doesn't show you your objectives, it just shows you a play and an exit button. And so the first run of the day, you are always going in a little bit blind. Now I think we took off all of our attachments last time. And so we may need to reattach them in order to reach, be effective enough to be able to fulfill the objectives. But to begin with, we're just going to, try and get a sense for where we are, what we're doing. That's going to be something that we'll need to avoid. Not a huge fan of the windmills. I find them too unpredictable. Looks like we've got one of these things. There's a world portal over there. Off to our left there. Left of the weave back and forth thing. There's some more energy for us. Sun's getting a little bit low. We haven't seen a ton of energy. Alright, here's a post alley. And another energy. Made it out of that. Very good. Very happy with this run. So we want to be on the lookout for an emergency portal. We need one more in order to get the 1 pip objective, and it's pretty random whether or not we get one. So let's see, we need one more emergency portal. Only turn right through 2 regions cumulative, and only turn left through 2 regions in 1 run. So we can try that. We can at least try the turn right one. But it's something you really need to get a very deep knowledge of the routes and really plan out, when are you going to go where. And that was just me not paying enough attention. So let's give that another shot. And, we're just going to try and go straight when we can, and then push off to the right whenever we need to avoid something. And we'll just, just keep tapping to the right whenever we need to. And sometimes you will end up boxing you're in that way. Like, we did come up on a wall to the right there that we luckily avoided, but it's the sort of thing that can put you in a pretty bad situation. So we just need to hope that we find our way through this time. And if we don't find our way through this time, we need to try and remember where we ran into a problem. So I don't know when the region end comes in, so I'm going to continue only turning right. And we can try and see if we can get it in, get them both in a single run, because that would certainly save a lot of time. But it looks like right there already, we're going to run into something that won't let us do that. But we can just try and do that again. We can immediately go back to the same region and just try and recreate the path that we took last time. And, it was a pretty instinctive path. Like, I was just hitting right whenever I needed to hit right. And just tapping it gently. And so hopefully we can find it pretty easily again. Without having to do a lot of attempts. Though I'm already kind of seeing stuff I don't recognize. I don't know if that's because of a perceptual thing. I'm looking in oh dear. Okay, well that pretty much ruins that. So yeah, we weren't far enough to the right, because we went to the right of that last time. So we need to probably try and just push a little bit farther to the right sometimes. And I'm not sure exactly, you know, where we went wrong, where we did things differently. But already this is looking a little more familiar. You know, it's a little bit hard to judge. But alright, we managed to get around something and then run into something else. So that time there might have been a way to save that, but I was a little confused at that point. So it's you know, it's a management of trying to manage your mind as much as anything. You know, trying to remember where you are, where you've been, and to really take on differences and adapt. And doing that quickly, especially when you're really set on, I'm going to do exactly this plan, and then something happens to prevent you from doing that, then you have to be able to adapt really quickly, which can be very difficult. And you have to both shift mental gears out of, well, we're going to do everything exactly this way, and then also react to the new circumstance. And that can be 2 steps sometimes. And for some people, it's not difficult to combine those 2 steps. For a lot of people, I think that mentally shifting gears is not that difficult. But for a lot of people, I know for me, and I know for some of my friends, have a lot of difficulty just making that shift of, you know, I thought I was doing this, but now I'm doing that. Now I need to make decisions based on this new context. That can be really challenging. So we need to do a double jump 2 times in one run. That's going to require, actually, it's going to require, leave this round and return, yes. No, I want the menu. Okay, we're just going to, so I fumbled and didn't understand the menus. But that's fine, we just want that. We want to configure the ship, and we want the magnet and the jump storage. We're going to need both of those in order to meet that objective. Now, I do remember heading down this middle path that we did run into a few jump tokens. And so hopefully we will run into those again and be able to get that double jump. I don't remember how many we ran into, and I don't remember where we ran into them. And so this run probably is not the run because I took some risks. Didn't really pay off. Now we're not going to get as much distance because I crashed into something. And so we're not moving as fast. We're not going to be able to race the sun as effectively. And we have deviated from the central path enough that I don't know what we're going to encounter. And there, right away, the level ended. And I was just not happy with that. I was going to say, nope. We're going to try and do this more properly. And so, now I feel like I saw a power-up. I didn't see what kind of power-up go past us. Let's see. So there's just a try at the end of that one. We're going to go left of that thing. Wind our way down here. Really trying to look at, you know, where are we missing things? And so there's a jump right there. There's our first one. And there's an energy. That's good. Trying to remember, you know, is this the route we took? And there's our other jump. So that's good. It's really tempting to go after those tries. But really, jumps are what we care about. And I want to use a jump just in case we picked up a jump there. And I think that counted as a double jump, but I'm not sure. So we didn't make it very far last time, and I don't really know the route after this. We didn't see a ton of jump tokens, so we're going to have to kind of wing it. And if you'll excuse the pun. So, we just want to keep an eye out, really be scanning the horizon. Oh, I thought I was going to make it through that. So, working on getting our distance up is actually going to really help here, because right now we have to rely on just the things that were given in the first two worlds, and that's not going to be enough. We're going to need to be able to, get enough distance that we can have a good chance of running into 2 different jump tokens, or 4 different jump tokens, and get in those 2 double jumps. And that was... I wish there was a way to quick reset. We're just going to have to smash into a wall. That's another thing about this game that is a little bit not quite as good as I wished it would be. Now, for the use 2 emergency portals, that's another place where distance is really going to help us. Because just being able to get farther is going to make us much more able to, much more likely to run into emergency portals, just because, there's a small likelihood that they'll show up at any given point, and so the farther we go, the higher the likelihood that we will actually encounter one. It's that law of large numbers thing that I talked about before of, it's this non-zero chance that we have, but it's so close to zero that it's going to take a lot of trials. And so every object we pass kind of is a trial. Is we're trying, okay, is this... is this going to be a emergency portal? Nope. Is the next thing we pass going to be an emergency portal? And so, the more trials we put in, the more likely we're going to see that non-zero probability show up. But it's so close to zero that it's going to look like it is zero for a long time. And so really just getting that distance, and, we're going to need to conserve our jumps. We got 1 double jump in, but we need to find those jump tokens. And we need to conserve them, which can be its own challenge in later worlds, especially, we've been having pretty bad luck with these later worlds. And now the sun is actually getting pretty low, which I'm pretty concerned about. But we got a jump token there, so that's kind of a mixed blessing. We do very much need that energy, because, we got one of the 2 jump tokens that we need, but we're also on a very strict timeline. And especially, we're running into a lot of things that are casting very long shadows. And so we're having a very hard time finding the things that we need. We're having a very hard time... Oh no! I think we actually... Might have been an energy. We saw some kind of power-up up there. So this is turning out to be really challenging on today's seed, and I don't know if it's going to happen today. So let's try going off to the left. Let's see what is over this way. So right away we're starting with an energy. And that could be a sign of things to come. So there was a jump in the right channel of that, so I actually want to reset. And we're going to try that again. We're going to go to the left until we see that energy. We're going to grab that. We're going to wait until we see the channels. And then we're going to go to the right, and it was the easier one to get into. I tried to go for the one that was really hard to get into. So, gradually we're just going to figure it out piece by piece, what we're doing, what we need to do. So there we go. So there's a jump token. And now we need to look out for where we might get another one. There's another energy for us that'll get us better distance than we got last time. There's another one. That's really good. Looking to see if there's anything we need to chase after on a subsequent run. But, sometimes doing that grind... Okay, so there was something off to our left there that I wish we had gotten. It might have been a jump. And so, now we have a little bit better of an idea, and I would like to reset, but because there's no quick reset, that is pretty frustrating. But there is our double jump. There's our first double jump. And we're coming into a part of Region 2 we've never seen before. And so there's a possibility that this one will be better for us. There's a possibility that it will be worse. We're just going to have to feel it out and see. And you can land on that if you're very careful. I had only suspected that. I wasn't sure of it. Oh, I did not play that well. Alright, but we needed to take another shot because I think we actually saw another jump off to the left here. So I want to go to the left here, and then we want to go to the right here, go down here, and then there's this channel off to the right, like this, and then that channel, and we want to go left of that channel. And I don't remember what was over here, but I just want to see what it was. And it looks like it was nothing of importance. So that's actually... I thought there was something more important there, like a jump token. Maybe it was off to the left of this one. It's another energy. Okay. So not as much good stuff as I was hoping there would be. Let's hope this bird gives us a jump again. There we go. So there's our first double jump. So now survival is going to be our main objective in Region 2. We don't have a lot of opportunities to grab jump tokens, so we're going to hope that Region 3 is kinder to us. And we're just going to try and stay out of the shadows. Look out. Is there any stuff that we can grab to improve our survivability? Is there any energy? The game is not giving us very much right now. It's really not giving us much of anything. And so we're just going to have to keep going, keep surviving. There's an energy way over there. But good to have that. And then right into this shadow. That's disappointing. And there's another energy, but still no jumps. There was a portal there, though. So that's really good to know, because we can actually get that one pip. So now we have a really good plan of what we're going to do. My only concern is I wasn't really careful in planning my route in World 2. So if this doesn't work out, if this run doesn't work out, we don't get anything from it, then I think we're going to wrap it up for today, and we're just going to have to say, oh well, we didn't make any progress today. That's too bad. And then next time we will have to come back and see if we can do a little bit better. Now, I want to watch out. There was a hallway that I wanted to go to the left of to get some energy. Looks like we missed it. That's fine. Let's see. So, once again, we got 1 out of 2 jump tokens. And we did not get one from the bird that time. That is going to pretty much make it impossible for us to do the first thing we wanted to do, but hopefully we can get the other thing, that portal, but it's not really clear that we're even going to come out of Region 2 in the same place. That's not something that I feel like I have enough of a knowledge of Region 2, enough of an understanding of the map. Because, once we come out of Region 2, we then need to go into Region 3. Oops, that was terrible. So now we're going so slowly that it's not really going to matter. And there we go, we crash into a wall. So yeah, there's still a lot that we need to figure out. We probably need a better seed for that. And I think that we're going to need to come back and try again. Because, today, it might be the seed, it might be me. There's a lot of things that could be different today that are just not going to make things work out. And right now, the 3 things that we need to do, all very dependent on the seed. And so we're going to come back later. We're going to look at a different map and see if that can move us forward. So this has been a little bit of a disappointing episode, but this game, sometimes it throws disappointment at you, and it's up to us to say, you know what? I'm still having fun, and I'm just going to take the challenges that it throws at me and make the best that I can. And I always want to notice when a game is making me wait, because a lot of times waiting can be fun, and it just requires noticing that that's what you're doing and actively waiting, saying, okay, now I'm deciding that waiting for the moment to strike is what we're doing, and we're going to do that not as this passive thing of, golly gee, why won't the game give me this, but we're going to say, today even what that means is we're going to take a step back and we're going to say, let's go do something else for a while, and then come back, and then we'll see if the game will give us what we want. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.